Met Nathaniel outside the Forum at Detonate Festival 2009, where you had TRG, Silky and Quest. I think Scream and Bengal were playing as well. But I met him outside on the steps, which I think now is like the Newton building. I think it's quite weird actually, at such a young age I realised how much Nottingham is at the bottom of the pile when it comes to the sort of musical landscape. It has an amazing history, whether it be through jungle music, acid house, things like that. They were all really quite big, and the reggae scene as well in Nottingham was massive. But for some reason it's always been at the bottom of the pile, and it's quite strange at that age. I was very much I was hearing all this amazing music, people like Early Bird, people like Metify, and I was hearing it and I was thinking, well, why isn't anyone listening to this? So started a MySpace, which is pretty hilarious, and yeah, just started putting out this music for free on these For The Win downloads. I was more on the dance floor side of dubstep, so it was quite interesting meeting someone who I'd never met before, who was doing something really interesting in the scene I was involved in, but very much on a sort of other aspect of it. And when we basically sort of exchanged contact details then, and just started to really talk about potentially collaborating, things like that, and that's just basically how it all began really. And I think me and Nathaniel over the years, we have always brought quite different viewpoints on certain, whether it be music, whether it be art, but I think we meet in the middle quite a lot as well. So I think it's quite good that we do have quite different tastes, whether it be in art or music or whatever it might be, but at the same time we have a lot of the same opinions in regards to how things should be promoted, branded, or just how things really should be pushed. And I think that's where we've over the years had a good correlation and a good sort of working relationship. I produced under the name Golly with another guy called Michael Ashburner, so it was Golly and Ashburner. And we went on with For The Win, releasing digital music, to tour a lot of Europe, played 2 Outlook festivals. I think for a while, like I believe truly like flew the flag for Nottingham dubstep for sure. But then as the sound started to get a lot more nasty in dubstep, we just sort of started to really fall out of love with it. The music we were making was always very dance floor orientated, but people just kept sort of putting us in this same pot as all the kind of crazy, really nasty noises that were going on. We just fell out of love with it really. Like, it wasn't the same. It wasn't what we remembered it. It was like dubstep was always about sound systems and all about just dark rooms, not this overproduction. It was just about really getting involved in just a sweaty, dark room full of bass really, and that was it. And so yeah, I think it was just that all kind of changed. So that fell apart. We didn't fall apart, we just fell out of love with it really, and we weren't really interested in going down this whole sort of flashing lights, screechy noise kind of bollocks. Yeah, so there's some few important ones from the collection. Burkane Soul, legendary Nottingham label, all type Geome. This one, Reminiscing. If you don't know, get to know. If you do know, yeah, reminisce that. Bad boy tune, wicked tune. This one, I've only actually got the test presses of the Mimm stuff. Sex Cells, Uko, Mimm 003. That's probably worth quite a lot of money actually, seeing it's a test pressing. And then yeah, done by the Tribes. Mimm 002, old type spam chop. It doesn't even say it. You wouldn't even know. These probably aren't even the Mimm vinyls, you know. Probably just a joke, innit? Yeah. But yeah, big up though. Big up Mimm. Well, yeah, Tumble's been alive now for 6 years, which is pretty cool. Like, you never anticipate these things lasting as long. And to be honest, like, it could have actually fallen apart, like, over the last year. I certainly wasn't that interested anymore. But I think as a creative, you go in and out sometimes. You have to do it. Like, I think if you always try and say, right, I need to create constantly, I think you do run the risk of burning out. Some people can do it, and big up to them. But for me, I had to take a breather. I really had to take a breather with Tumble. So yeah, like after last year, like we had a great 5 years before that, growing, doing bigger nights in Nottingham, doing regular monthly nights, did a 3.5 year residency at Bodega, and basically now I'm 100% back on it, like more than ever. I feel rejuvenated with the whole thing. Like we've got some really great music coming out. I'm stopping doing the events, as I found events just really stressed me out, to be honest. I absolutely loved the events we did, and I'm not saying that I'd never ever do another event again, but for me now, it's what's crucial is getting the DJing down. Like I'm restarting DJing a lot more myself. I'm bringing out a new alias as well, and yeah, just pushing out some of the most thumping rave tunes that we can. And just as I say, I'm very much about music, not genres. And I think with Tumble, it's a rave label. It is. We've done garage, we've done grime, we've done bassline, we've done hardcore, we've done drum and bass, we've done all kinds of different music. And we've never ever wanted anyone to associate us and say that's what Tumble is. It's a genre, because it isn't. It's a vibe. That's what we're trying to bring. We're just trying to bring fun rave music that's gonna rip your face off. My current role in Mimm is one where I am really loving helping a friend who I've had for many years build his bands as big as they can get. Like, it's a lovely thing to be involved in. Collaboration is just the most important thing in life, no matter what it might be. Like, I think being open to working with people is so important. I think some people, they have a view that they need to close themselves off, or that they can't take, I don't know, like, I need to rephrase it, but that certain people, they're just very blinkered, and it's like, well, I'm gonna do my thing, and like, I'm not bothered about everyone else. And I don't know, I always have taken a very different view, that collaboration is so key to achieving anything. Like, how do you share ideas? How do you get different vibes from different people? How do you start to understand different landscapes if you don't talk to other people and work with them? And also, I think for me, I've always just been about trying to help people progress, and it's not got anything to do with me. It's just a case of, well, if I can help you and it's not anything to me, why would I not help you? Why would I not want to get you involved? Why would I not want to help build together? With the way things have gone and just seeing the people around me, that, yeah, like, I think working for the man, it potentially is done, is old news. Like, people can do it, but I think more and more I hear from young people how much they feel undervalued, how they feel that they have got no chance of progression in what they're doing, and that they're just disenfranchised with what they're up to, and that there is something independently that they'd like to do, whether it be a graphic designer, whether it be go and cook some food, become a food trader, whether it become a clothing designer. And I think more and more, like with the people that we have around us, like Elliot, like Nathaniel with Mimm, like yourself with what you do with the videography work, like, people see, well, they go, well, actually, well, yeah, they're doing it, so why can't I? And I think, yeah, people are starting to become very angry about working for the man. And I think, by all means, I don't see why we wouldn't start to see more and more people, as they get paid less and get less respect, or less, I don't know, less out of their work, that more people don't start to actually just chase their dreams and chase what they want. And I think the people in this city all inspire each other to do that, and that you should just go for what it is, like, yeah, fly as high as the dreams that you aspire to, or whatever it might be.